Alright, what's up guys? Sacred Survival here. Welcome back to another Bleach Rebirth of Souls video. Happy Monday. We know there's another character reveal trailer today, and that is for the head captain himself, Yamamoto. I don't really know what to expect with this, because he doesn't really use that much of his shikai's abilities in the anime, and we know it's not going to have like his Bankai or anything from the Thousand Year Blood War arc, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe there's some like hand-to-hand stuff, the stuff that he does to defeat Ion in the Fake Katakura Town arc. But I wouldn't be surprised also if they just went into Shikai abilities, or you know how like Izuru was, and he just used his sword, and then his release form was just his Shikai. So he just basically uses a katana for like some basic attacks, and then his awakening is his Shikai. But I guess we'll find out. I hope that he's interesting. I imagine he's going to be very powerful. So without further ado, let's get into the trailer. Just a quick reminder, guys, if you enjoy the video, please drop a like. And if you feel like subscribing, feel free to subscribe. If I hit 300 subscribers before the game releases on March 21st of next year, I'll be doing a giveaway of this game on whatever platform you guys want. So yeah, help me reach 300 subscribers and we'll get that giveaway going. But let's go ahead and get into the trailer. As always, we'll be watching it just without pausing the first time, just as a reaction. And then we'll be going back and pausing and sort of breaking down the character. I have not watched this at all yet, so initial reactions, here we go. All right, of course, it's only a minute. These things are always so short. And like, a quarter of it is just like the setup before they actually get into his stuff. Most powerful stuff like that. Okay, so he is using the fire immediately. He's got a gauge. He's got the special condition. Something about hellfire accumulating. Okay, so straight into fire attacks. Wow. Two pretty long-range fire specials there. What's his awakening then?
Time is ripe. There is no way out of this.
He just turns up the heat. Oh my god. Okay, so it seems like his specials now covered a larger area of effect. And then he derobes like Fake Katakura Town arc. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So they just get right into a Shikai. And it seems pretty basic, actually, in terms of what his awakening does. It seems to just change the properties of his specials into better versions of them. So let's go back. Let's actually read what some of these abilities do. He seems simplistic, but I don't really know what I expected from Head Captain. I was thinking maybe he wouldn't use his sword for some, because he's got them freaking hands, man. But all right, let's go back. Let's pause this time. Let's read. He's got a special gauge here. Ryujin Jakka. Head captain who stands above all other Soul Reapers. His most powerful flame Zanpakuto is capable of burning down everything. I know I'm not the only one that wishes Head Captain got to do a bit more before his fight in the Thousand Year Blood War arc. His Bankai was great and everything. I just wish he actually got to go all out against some people that actually went down. Like, you know, his fight against Wonder Weiss in the Iranka arc, it's like, that was only his hands because Wonder Weiss, like, subdued his Shikai. I want to just see him use his Shikai to go off on people. But I digress. Let's read this. Inferno gauge / hellfire state. Okay, the inferno gauge will accumulate. Let me make sure my this paragraph's a little high, so let me move my webcam up a little bit so you can read as well. The inferno gauge will accumulate by activating flash attack and signature moves, etc. etc. Inferno gauge will decrease when attack lands the opponent. The more Inferno gauge accumulates, the more power will increase, and when the gauge reaches to the maximum, it changes into Hellfire state. During the Hellfire state, the power will be enhanced, but the reishi will decrease automatically. I don't know if it's just me, but have the English like translations for some of these been getting not as like well translated? That sentence in English was not very good, so maybe I'm not one to talk, but I feel like maybe slowly the like English translations for some of these have not been as good as what they were, but maybe it's just complex. But anyways, so it seems like when you use flash attack or signature moves, the gauge will go up. But if you're just doing quick attacks, just like normal button presses, the meter will decrease. So you're going to want to be constantly juggling between the two, because when you do reach maximum, you go into Hellfire state, which makes you do more damage, but also you start to take self damage. So you're going to have to balance it. Like if you don't want to do damage to yourself, you're going to have to throw in some of those quick attacks so that your gauge doesn't reach 100%. And I like that, because if it just built off of every attack that you did, then you're just going to be taking unavoidable damage from yourself, basically. So this adds another little level of finesse to the character, where you can build it. You can just go for damage. If you have the health lead, you can just be doing flash attacks, signature moves, building that gauge, and then you can do even more damage. But maybe if you're, and the health deficits, you're losing, and you don't want that extra damage at that time, you can just do some quick attacks, just to keep the damage up, but you're not building that state. If anything, you're actually decreasing that state so that you don't accidentally damage yourself. So interesting. I do like that. I wonder how much it's going to increase his damage by as well, because there's a lot of buffs in this game, and I definitely wonder, are we talking like the 5% buffs, or are we talking something drastic like the 15s and 20% buffs? Because that'll drastically change how often you feel like you need to raise the gauge and use that mechanic. So I hope it feels worth it, that damage buff. All right, so spiritual pressure move 1, Shirani. I don't even know how to pronounce this one. Shiranui. Forgive me. I actually do not know how to pronounce this one. I feel like he doesn't really use shikai, like shikai moves. What, he used this in like his fight against Ukitake and Shunsui? Because when else does he even use his shikai? Anyways, attack by releasing the flame forward. Yamamoto will be in the Hellfire state when activated. The damage will increase after activating with long press down input. So this automatically activates your Hellfire state. Okay, so does this automatically just fill the meter? Interesting. I assume it does. So it's just like a pretty long ranged flame attack, and then the damage will increase the longer you hold down the input. Let's watch this in slow-mo, just to see what it really looks like here. Let me move my my webcam out of the way here. So it's just a big blazing attack that covers a pretty large area. Rip my boy Ichigo. So it's like just a straight on like fire tornado. Okay. Seems pretty simple enough. The damage increases if you hold it down too. That's good to know. All right. Spiritual pressure move 2. Taimatsu / Natagiri. The technique will be changed depending on whether Yamamoto is in Hellfire state or not. Okay, so he has like a stance move here. So Taimatsu in the normal state, activate a low power attack. So low power is in like, because I don't think there's like high, mid, low overheads in this game. I don't think there is. So I assume when it means low power, or when it says low power, it means just like little damage. Okay. The Inferno gauge will not accumulate for a certain period after activation. Okay. So a low power attack, and then you make sure that your Inferno gauge will not accumulate. So if you're really at a health deficit, you really don't want to do damage to yourself, then you combo with this maybe, and just then you're able to use your special moves and your flash attacks and not have to worry about that self damage. And then we have Natagiri in the Hellfire state. Release a very powerful slash covered with massive flames. The Hellfire state will be removed after activating. Okay, so I could see you going into Hellfire state, comboing, doing your thing, and then ending with this to come out of Hellfire state so that you're not burning yourself for longer than you need to be. This I see could be a good combo ender while in Hellfire state. And then also good to use when you don't want to potentially build Hellfire state to start damaging yourself. So this is a good move too. Let's watch this in slow motion here because it's got two different versions. So let's see here. So that'll be the first one. That's the low. Actually, I didn't see a difference there. Just back up here. Low power attack. So if that was it on both variations, it looks the same. But it seems like, if anything right here, they're not showing the normal state. But I find that hard to believe if they're showing the move twice here. Because both of these look the same. Maybe that second one looked a little bit bigger. No, okay, these look exactly the same. And it's saying a low power attack in the normal state. I feel like that's not what this looks like. High power, dude. And the Natagiri Hellfire state release says a powerful slash covered with massive flames. This looks like massive flames. So this only looks like they're showing off Natagiri, the Hellfire state one, and not just Tematsu. Okay, interesting. I could be wrong about that, but they look identical. So it seems like they're only showing off the second one. But normally when they do that, they're showing off both versions. All right, let's see what his awakening does.
The time is ripe.
The time is ripe. He's doing the pillars like he did in Fate Katakura Town. Yamamoto's performance will be enhanced by increasing the power output of Shikai, Ryujin Jakka. So just normal overall power output. By the increase of Reishi and the increase of damage, Shikai Ryujin Jakka makes Yamamoto possible to cover his low agility and unleash his overwhelming power. Increase of Reishi and increase of damage. So this increases his amount of health. This increases his health and damage. His low agility. So he just kind of can become more of a tank, but he's not he doesn't have any more defensive abilities. It seems like just a general power up, like increase in health, increase of damage. I'm not sure if all awakenings increase Reishi though. I don't think so. Reishi's health, I'm 99% sure. So yeah, interesting. Again, I will be coming out with a video talking about everything that we know so far about this game, going over gameplay mechanics, the terminology used and everything like that. So if you guys are looking forward to that video and you guys are as confused with some of this terminology as I am, even as a Bleach fan, drop a like, subscribe to the channel because that video will be coming out. But yeah, it just seems like this awakening is just increase in power and increase in health. It seems like it changes. Let's see here. Because that, I don't know. It didn't seem like that was a spiritual pressure move. So maybe that's a signature move, that little fire tornado that comes up here. Right there. But it definitely just seems like it changes the properties of some of his attacks. Some of his normal attacks just have fire on them now. Again, it's really hard to get a good judge on some of these characters because they only go over specific moves. Like they'll either show 2 spiritual pressure moves, 1 spiritual pressure move and 1 signature move, 2 signature moves, and we know that characters are going to have both. So it's really hard to tell like which is which sometimes, or like what they are doing. It's hard to get a full picture of a character. These are really, really teases of characters. And if we were to cut out, this doesn't get into actual gameplay until almost halfway into the trailer, and then with the extra like 5 seconds or so, these are really like 30-second snippets of the characters. So yeah, they're hard to dissect because you get to see so little. You get to see so much and so little at the same time. Like right here, I imagine this is his Kikon move. Maybe in sublimation or something like that, because he does have to derobe and show the chest. But yeah, very interesting. A lot more simplistic than the characters that we have been seeing recently. But the old man, he's full of tradition. He's a very traditional man. He's simple, but he's powerful. I can see that being the case for him in this game. Let's see his character bio at the end. Characterized by overwhelmingly high damage that will burn everything with its immense firepower. So, slower because he's old, even though he's still really fast in the anime. So, but maybe a little bit slower, as they said that his awakening makes up for his low agility. But very powerful. And it seems like his attacks have pretty long range as well. This move right here, just spiritual pressure move 1, both of his spiritual pressure moves honestly have pretty crazy range. And we have not seen his signature moves, even though I suspect that one of these fire tornadoes back here was one of his signature moves. But who knows? Maybe that's just like a light into heavy attack combo there that automatically has flames on it in his awakening. Really no way to tell, but that's as far as I can break down, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed the video in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more from the channel. I also stream over on Twitch a lot of Mortal Kombat. Me and my partner are playing It Takes Two right now. Helldivers 2 just had a major update as well, and I'm getting into Monster Hunter. So we're all over the place around there right now, but when this game comes out, I will be streaming a lot of this game as well and posting a lot of videos on it. So thank you guys for all the support on the last couple of videos, hitting over 100 views. I really appreciate all the love and support. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll try to have another Rebirth of Souls video out. I want to start doing 2 a week now instead of just the reaction videos, because I'm warming up to YouTube again. Getting a little bit more comfortable just recording and stuff again. So I want to start making content on actual just Bleach, not just the video game, even though I do have a couple videos just for the video game plan. So hope you guys are looking forward to that. And I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Thank you for watching. See you guys later. Bye.